From Speed getting robbed by the Brazilian cartel, to this streamer being held at gunpoint by the Mexican cartel, and Neon, who sat face to face with cartel killers in Colombia.
What's the craziest thing you guys have ever done?
Pretty much like chop people up, and if somebody does something to them, they don't stop until they're eliminated.
These are 10-time streamers messed with the wrong cartels. Starting off with this video in February 2020, when these streamers Aaron and Logan did a live stream traveling to Mexico for their holiday, and they originally planned to just record a video showing the type of birds that were there, but while they were driving, they crossed paths with the Mexican cartel, and you won't believe what happened next. But like and subscribe for amazing luck for the next week.
Oh my God, they have guns. Jesus, Jesus.
Go, 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 go,
No,
go,
no, 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 please,
go.
please, 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 please. Please, what? Please, what? No, Espanol, please. We're just...
But as unlucky as they might seem, these guys were actually extremely lucky to run into those people, as despite their first impression, they warned them of the dangers that were ahead.
We just want to see birds.
No, papito, no, nada, nada. Mira, para acá.
Okay.
Sí, nada.
Oh my God, I'm gonna pass out. You're
Mira,
okay.
hey.
You're okay. You're okay.
Hey.
You're okay.
After the interaction, the streamers were then asked to turn back, which they were more than happy to do, considering they were held at gunpoint. And while they got away with just a warning, this next streamer was actually Neon, one of the most recognizable faces on Twitch. During a trip to Colombia, Neon ended up face to face with real cartel members, and he did sort of an interview with them, but you won't believe what they did to him at the end.
Hola, nice to meet you. Okay, I'm gonna ask, just tell them I'm gonna ask questions. What do you guys like to do in your free time?
La mayoría, nosotros casi no.
He says like he doesn't have a lot of free time.
Okay.
Because he's like taking care of the financial things going on throughout here in the commune, making sure everything's straight.
What's the craziest thing you guys have ever done?
Pretty much like chop people up, and they don't stop. If somebody does something to them, they don't stop until they're eliminated. Basically.
I respect it.
Neon's face says it all. After hearing they've chopped people up, most people would have just left. But Neon kept going, and you won't believe what they did with him at the end of this clip.
Do you have any regrets in life?
No.
Nah, he's not. He's not regretting anything.
How do they feel about the police?
No, esa gente de igual manera es el.
They try to keep the peace around.
What's the hardest part about being in a gang?
Pues nosotros, la verdad.
They're all like together, fraternity.
Even though Neon was clearly nervous throughout the entire interaction, he managed to keep things respectful, and by the end, they even gave him a fist bump and took a picture with him.
Come back.
Down. Fuck with it.
After they took the picture, Neon walked away without any trouble. But the same can't be said for this next streamer. Addison Malouf, also known as Arab on YouTube, went live while traveling through Haiti just days after a 4,000-man prison break. And instead of staying far away, he set out to find the man behind it, who was a powerful gang leader with deep cartel connections. And the cartel members actually ended up doing something terrible to him.
So I'm now being smuggled on the back of a bike. Yeah. There's some border patrol that we just passed. They were in the bush. I lowered the camera. Hopefully they don't stop us. This is by far the stupidest thing I have done in my entire life.
And that same night, he had to stay at a nearby hotel because of how dangerous it was to travel at night there. However, the next day, Arab was actually captured by one of Haiti's most powerful cartels. And even though he was captured, they treated him like a guest, or at least that's what it seemed like.
I am not kidnapped. I'm staying at an expensive hotel. And I'm invited. They're taking care of me. They've given me a bed. They are feeding me. They are treating me like a wa. A wa is a king in Creole. And I've got bananas. I've got unlimited beer. Is it okay if I show him? No. I delete it, yeah.
But at the time, no one knew what was happening. But that was until his brother tweeted out that Arab has been kidnapped and they were working on getting him out. The kidnappers also decided to issue a bounty, but it was at an insane amount.
What are you asking for?
$5,100.
5,000?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't have $5,000.
No, it's $600,000.
$600,000? Yeah, but I don't have 600,000. No one has 600,000. If
they
I
ask you 600,000, the boss say he minus $50,000 on it.
As Arab kept providing updates, people started to believe that he was putting on an act to hide something.
Second of all, I'm safe. They're not gonna hurt me as of now, so they're treating me well, so don't stress about that. Just handle the situation.
Sounds good. I'll text you soon the bank screenshot once I get into my account.
But after a few days of negotiating, Arab's brother managed to negotiate the bounty from $600,000 down to $38,000, and he decided to just pay the ransom for Arab to be released.
These guys down thanks to insider help from Arab, as well as, you know, yours truly. We've gotten these guys down from 600 grand to 38K. Still a freaking rip-off, but you know, whatever, we did it.
But the crazy thing is that after Arab was home, he made a video explaining the whole situation, and he also mentioned that he was held at gunpoint being forced to make those video updates.
Behind the camera is 10 guys with guns. And if you're wondering why there's 2 angles, well, I never knew when we were gonna get our phones back.
But if you thought that was crazy, you won't believe what happened when IShowSpeed ran into the Brazilian cartel, so stick around. But in this next one, we have a YouTuber named Bald and Bankrupt who recorded a video traveling to a village in Bolivia. He was there hoping to meet some locals, and as he made his way through the village, these 2 people warned him about what he could encounter ahead.
Me? Sí? ¿Por qué? Criminal? Yo no criminal. No, I don't know what you're saying, but you're saying don't go, they're going to attack you. Okay.
Despite the warning, he kept moving through the village, but just as he approached a nearby church, 2 men stepped in and stopped him.
Benjamin.
Kevin.
Kevin?
France.
France. Okay, France. ¿Es problema para tú? Yo no sé. ¿Por qué problema? Yo no sé.
Protección.
Okay, okay, understand. Okay. Una hora y la paz.
Medio, 30 minutos.
20 minutes?
30 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. Okay, okay. Okay, no problem.
And after the 2 men checked his passport, they told him he had 30 minutes to leave the area or something bad was going to happen.
That was something unique. So it seems that in this country you can't just walk around villages without the local, I don't know, I mean you weren't policemen, but there was some kind of militia, I suppose, checking on you and saying, hey, what the hell are you doing here?
And even though he stayed calm the entire time, viewers in his comments were quick to remind him just how lucky he actually was, saying things like, my man really just casually walked through a cartel-controlled coke farm and lived. And while he walked away without a problem, this next streamer ended up in a situation that was far more dangerous and a lot more violent. In April 2022, this streamer Cartels and his tour guide were exploring the northern favelas of Brazil, one of the most dangerous areas in the entire country. But what happened next made it clear they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, basically we were trying to film some gangsters with their guns, but yeah, there's like we're gonna try and do that later. It's not that easy because there's like restrictions where you can and can't film because they're standing on the corners with machine guns, and yeah, you can't really film them. They don't do that. So how would it be if I came in here alone with the camera?
Oh man,
Different, huh?
well they would at first they would actually be like they could think that you were somebody trying to infiltrate or like a spy.
Yeah.
So that'd be a little bit actually that'd be very dangerous.
Unfortunately, as he kept walking and filming, he ran into some people who made him put down his camera.
Right?
Pica-pau.
Pica-pau, yes, like woodpecker.
Woodpecker.
Yeah, woodpecker.
Okay.
Now you.
Yeah, I had to put the camera down again.
Okay.
So yeah, on every street corner there are guys with machine guns. One of the guys even had a hand grenade. All very cool guys. But yeah, it is not easy to film. Like I keep saying, they keep telling me to put the camera down, So now we're going up the mountain. I think it's going to be quite
there, you need to turn it down.
Turn it off again. All right.
When we go.
As they kept exploring the favelas, they went to a higher area to get a better view, but the moment they got there, everything changed.
It's 5 places, but from here you can see 3.
Those are gunshots.
Those are gunshots.
Should we not get down?
Yeah, let's
get
down.
Let's get down.
Let's get down, bro.
Ready?
We got gunshots, man.
Fuck. Holy shit.
Fuck, man, we're like
This is crazy, man.
Man,
it's like Afghanistan here.
Yeah, man. So
you were saying that more people die here than in the wars over there,
yeah.
huh?
More people die in Brazil than in the war all over the world, man.
And like I just asked them, any time a police van or another gang member or gang could just pull up and then they just start shooting, and we could have been...
The guys around here, they just left because they were afraid.
Yeah. Yeah, we could just get caught up in that crossfire and die. It's fucking insane, like you just saw right now.
So thankfully, the shooting didn't last long and both the streamer and his tour guide made it out safely. But the same can't be said for this next streamer. Timmy Carter was filming a video inside what's known as the most dangerous jungle in the world, the Darien Gap. To even get in, he had to pay off the local mafia and sneak through cartel territory. But that risk came with consequences, because by the end of the trip, he was locked inside a Panamanian military prison for over a week.
This specific location, Eco Clean, it's almost every day fully booked because of all the Venezuelan immigrants.
Uf, otra vez por Darien.
¿Vas a Darien tú?
Otra vez.
¿Segunda vez? No. ¿Por qué segunda? ¿Te deportaron? Oh no. You know he got deported, that's why.
Sí, ¿de dónde? ¿De Panamá?
De Montreal. Yo soy venezolano.
¿Y es peligroso, Darien?
No sé,
no. Pero bro, ahí hay guerrilla.
Sí, hay guerrilla.
Hay guerrilla.
This streamer was aware of how dangerous it was in the jungle, especially because of the many cartels that were known for robbing foreigners, so he had to disguise himself as a local from Venezuela.
Everything is fine, but if we see the guerrilla or narco people, I have to say I'm from Venezuela. Because if they realized we're foreigners or YouTubers, then it gets dangerous.
And even though they were trying to avoid the mafia, it was the only way they were able to sneak into the jungle.
We're trying to look different ways, different routes to get into the jungle. So now guys, with one of the mafia guys, he told us let's get another route, all the way to Darien.
Esta manilla se la van a poner cuando tengan carreto que ya me lo reciba el guía allá. Cuando ya lo reciba el guía que los va a recibir allá, los va a recibir no sé cuánto se llama Juan López. Juan López. Esto guárdenlo bien, no se lo dejen ver de la guardia ni nada.
No, se lo ponen allá.
Se lo ponen allá, guárdenlo bien.
It's almost 1 a.m. We're still waiting for the mafia guy to confirm us that we're gonna go and do the second secret route to enter Darien jungle. It's pure stress because we don't know what's happening. We already paid.
Ok, bueno, entonces descanse que una cosa yo voy y le toco la puerta, listo. Descanse, ya sabe que si no le toca la puerta es porque no hubo salida. Entonces mañana organizamos temprano lo de la ruta de...
You see, he said, keep waiting, you can get rest, but maybe it's been cancelled, which means again we lost our money. But that's how it works, guys. That's how mafia works. You pay. If it happens, good. If it doesn't happen, you have to change the route, pay again. Guys, now our lives is on the hands of actually these guys. There is no loss here anymore. And my only guarantee is the money I pay.
But that same night, the streamer was unlucky enough to be caught by the Panamanian army and put into a local prison.
Second day in Panama prison. They brought us here yesterday. It is absolutely terrible. It's full of army people that are in camps. Prison.
Prison, literally a prison. Fence here, guards patrolling over there.
Yeah, they're over there. We've been trapped here for the last 7 days. The time goes so slow. We have basically no rights. We're almost kidnapped in this place. We cannot escape, we cannot leave. And the majority of the guards are treating us like...
And after a whole week, they were finally set free from the prison.
Amigos, finally, man. After 6 or 7 days, 7 days.
7 days exactly.
Finally, man, we leave. If everything goes by the plan, as they said, they're gonna leave us to the Costa Rican border.
But what's crazy about this next one is that Arab somehow ended up in a similar situation all over again, except this time it was even worse. In April 2023, he was filming a video inside the floating slums of Nigeria, hoping to learn about the way people live there. But that was until a crowd began forming around him and people started demanding money.
He's coming with us today to Makoko. To get anywhere, you gotta go on the canoe, so that's kind of what makes it dangerous too, is that you can't really escape if something happens. This slum, like right now, it's even a bit more scarier because everyone is huge tonight. Dari, what can you tell us about Makoko?
Makoko is a place you find different kind of people. They are all Ijaw people. There are about 5 tribes in Makoko. But Makoko, mind you, is dangerous.
Yeah?
Makoko is a dangerous place.
Arab. Are you?
Yes, no.
Can I pull my camera out? Can we start filming?
About what?
I'm from out of town, and I heard a lot of dangerous stories about Makoko. But I go to places and I show that they're not dangerous. I meet a friend. I show that they're not dangerous.
If you follow us now, go chill.
Go chill. Let's go.
As they kept walking, Arab began to notice that he was getting more attention than usual.
We're starting to get surrounded. We got our main guy, but we're basically getting eyes. Like, this is the most eyes I've gotten in any place I've been to so far. And they look angry, they look aggressive. Bro, this is way different than anything I've seen.
Yeah.
Way different. It's almost like I'm afraid to hold up the camera even.
Despite everyone watching him, Arab continued walking, but they were stopped by 6 men who demanded money from them.
What are they fighting over?
These people from the slums noticed that Arab was walking around with a camera, so they tried to get some quick money out of him through extortion.
If I give them, I'll give them some. Is that okay?
But after a few minutes of talking, Arab's guide was able to talk him out of the situation, so he wouldn't have to pay any money.
Tell me about that fight that they were arguing over me being here.
The fight is about they want to make a business about collecting money from you.
Okay.
These people come here, they came down to shoot your video, then they will need to collect some cash.
Luckily, Arab was able to get out of there safely, but only because his tour guide stepped in and helped de-escalate the situation before things got out of control. And even after running into cartel members twice before, Arab didn't back down. In this video, he took things even further, meeting face to face with a cartel hitman in Mexico and sitting down for a 90-minute interview to show the world the human behind the trigger.
As a kid, what did you play?
Canicas, pues jugaba nada que ver a lo que estoy ahorita, a la que estoy jugando en la vida de la realidad. Tenía unos juegos de niños, crecí con mis hermanos, crecimos bien, pero nada que ver con el juego que tenemos ahora, que es la realidad.
Were you cool in school?
La realidad, la mera verdad, no, la neta no, nunca le... Primero y segundo año fui bien, calificaciones altas, chido. Tercero, cuarto, quinto y sexto perdí todo porque empecé a fumar mota, empecé a juntarme con gente pues que sus hermanos mayores fumaban, pandilleros, y pues empecé a fumar marihuana a una corta edad desde que iba en quinto año.
Did you look up to the cartel?
No los admiraba.
Then how did you get into it the first time?
So now he begins to explain how he ended up in this life, and surprisingly, it's not the story you'd expect.
Fue porque yo desde que iba a la primaria he sido rebelde, no he sido dejado, o sea, me pegan, les pego para atrás, ¿me entiendes? Pero muchos nos acusaban de que nosotros trabajábamos con otro cartel, me acusaban, no, pues tú trabajas con fulano, y yo no trabajaba con nadie, yo vine de California aquí, y a uno de mis hermanos, fulano, mi tercer hermano, me lo mataron, sin ser cartel, sin ser nadie, me lo mataron porque nada más decían, pues ellos son gente de fulano, son gente de sutano, pero en realidad nunca trabajábamos con nadie. Hasta que me amenazaron a mí, me dijeron que si no me arrimaba a la Sierra de Guerrero, iban a matar a toda mi familia, a todos mis hermanos, y me mandaron una solicitud en Facebook, fotos de mi casa, todo me pusieron que ya me tenían bien ubicado, y fue cuando me citaron y me llevaron a la Sierra de Guerrero, y allá fue donde le agarré respeto a los carteles, porque empecé a ver las armas, cómo mochaban a la gente.
And you weren't participating at all?
Cuando mataron a tu hermano, ninguno estaba activo, ¿verdad?
So you kind of got forced into this life.
Comment below, do you think any of this is justified? After a few more questions, Arab shook hands with the hitman and made it out safely. But not only did he interview a cartel hitman in Mexico, he also took things even further by traveling deep into the favelas of Brazil. There he asked the same questions, face to face, with one of the most powerful cartel leaders in the region.
How many people have you killed?
Quantas pessoas você já matou?
Nenhuma. Graças a Deus.
Nobody.
Nobody. Nobody, man.
Verdade, verdade.
Nobody, man.
Verdade. How many people have you ordered to be killed?
Nenhuma.
No one.
Have you ever had to get rid of someone in your gang because they were traitors?
Rapaz. É complicado, né?
But the craziest part about this is that this is the exact same place where IShowSpeed got robbed. He was just casually walking around until a group of gang members began circling him and started yelling at him in a different language, and you won't believe what happened next.
Relax, tranquilo. Calma.
But not too long after, the crowd started jumping around and hugging him instead. And it turned out this was just a prank that was set up by one of his friends. But if you guys made it this far, click on one of the 2 videos on the screen right now because they're pretty insane.